Now we can see the meaning of demand. Demand means desire, but in economics, demand means desire backed by the purchasing power and willing to pay the price. Law of demand explains the functional relationship between price and quantity demanded. According to law of demand, when all other things remain constant, if the price rises, demand is decreased. If the price falls, demand will be increased. It means there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. Next, we can see the demand schedule. It shows the various quantities of the goods that are demanded at various levels of prices. There are two types of demand schedules: individual demand schedule, market demand schedule. Individual demand schedule. It shows the various quantities of goods that are demanded by an individual at various levels of prices in the market. Next, demand schedule. It shows the various quantities of the goods that are demanded by the consumers in the market at various levels of prices in the market. When an individual demands are added, market demand can be obtained. Next, we can see why the demand curve downwards slopes. Why the demand curve slopes downwards. The first one is a law of diminishing marginal utility. According to law of diminishing marginal utility, when the quantity of goods is more, the marginal utility of the commodity will be less. So the consumer demands more goods when the price is less. That's why the demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. Substitution effect. In the case of substitutes, if the price of a commodity X rises relatively to the other good Y, the consumer will buy less commodity X and buy more of the good Y, which has become relatively cheaper. This is called substitution effect. So the demand curve slopes downwards. Income effect. The income effect tells about the real income of the consumer rises due to the fall in the price level. So they purchase more and more of goods when the price falls. This is said to be the income effect. New buyers. When the price of a commodity decreases, the new consumers are attracted to the commodity because the price level falls. It becomes cheaper good than before. So the demand will rise with the price falls. Old buyers. When the price of anything decreases, the old buyers purchase more goods than before. So the demand will be increased. That's why the demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. Exceptions of the law of demand. The law of demand is a general statement stating the price and quantity demanded of a commodity and inversely related. But in certain situations, more will be demanded at a higher price and less will be demanded at a lower price. In such cases, the demand curve slopes upwards from left to right, which is called an exceptional demand curve, as shown now. Next, these are the exceptions to the law of demand. Giffen paradox. In the case of necessary goods, the law of demand cannot be operated. That is observed by British economist Sir Robert Giffen. He is observed in London. The low-paid workers purchases more of bread when its price rises. That's why the situation is known as Giffen paradox. Speculation. Sometimes the price of a commodity might be increasing and it is expected to increase still further. The consumers will buy more of the commodity at a higher price than they did at lower price. It is contrary to the law of demand. Conspicuous. These are certain goods which are purchased to project the status and prestige of the consumers. For example, we can say expensive cars, diamond jewelry, etc. Such goods will be purchased more at a higher price and less at a lower price. Shares or speculative market. It is found that the people buy shares of a company whose price is rising on the anticipation that the price will rise further. On the other hand, they buy less shares in case the price are falling as they expect a further fall in price of such shares. Here the law of diminishing demand fails to apply. Bandwagon effect. Here, the consumer demand of a commodity is affected by the taste and preference of the social class to which he belongs to. If failing golf is fashionable among corporate execution, then as the price of golf accessories rises, the businessman may increase the demand for such goods to project his position in the society. Next one is illusion. Sometimes consumers develop a false idea that high-priced goods will have a better quality instead of a low-priced good. If the price of such a good falls, they feel that quality also deteriorates and they do not buy, which is contrary to the law of demand.